take the helm and head for the island of Obi.
Aye, sir.
And now, my friends, a visit with the Candy Pirates would not be complete without a little hospitality.
What's that? Something to eat?
Yes, indeed. What would you say to a little refreshment?
Gee, I'd like that and something to eat besides.
Do you happen to have any cinnamon buns? I haven't eaten any in some time, and I feel quite unferocious.
Why, yes, my friend. It so happens that the cook made cinnamon buns only this morning.
Hooray!
And in my cabin, I have some very, very superior chocolate fudge.
Let's hear no more. Lead on, Captain.
Candy ho, the candy to the starboard. Sing yo ho ho and a bottle of pop. Candy ho, the candy to the starboard. Sing yo ho ho and a bottle of pop.
Excuse me, Captain, but land has been sighted.
It has? Well, give me the glass.
Is that the island of Obi?
Yes. Do you want to take a look through the telescope?
Willikers, it's just like the one we looked through to Grove.
So it is.
Jimmy, look. Isn't that a policeman standing with his back to the ocean?
Well, let's see. Well, yeah, sure it is. He looks like one of those roly-poly dolls. Judy, look at him waving his stick.
He's turning around.
What's that bright thing he's wearing on his coat?
Why, my goodness, it's our silver star.
Well, at least our friends are on the trail of their silver star again, and let's hope that Captain Taffy and the Candy Pirates can get them ashore in time to overtake the roly-poly policeman. It'll be interesting to find out how he happened to get it, and especially if Judy and Jimmy will succeed in getting it back. But we'll have to wait till next time for that. Now, if you'll all put on your thinking caps, you'll remember that Judy and Jimmy and the Cinnamon Bear were captured by pirates last time. But these pirates were very different. They didn't make people walk the plank, and they didn't hunt for gold. All they wanted was candy, and plenty of it. Captain Taffy offered to sail them as far as the island of Obi, where the Pelican had dropped their silver star. And what do you think? When they got close enough to use the captain's telescope, they sighted a roly-poly policeman on the beach wearing their star on his chest. Right now, the Susie Q is about to drop anchor, and the children will have their star back in a few minutes. That is, if nothing happens.
Bosun, pipe the anchor.
Aye, sir.
Well, my friends, it's been a pleasure to have your company aboard the good ship Susie Q.
Gee, we sure had lots of fun, Captain Taffy.
That's what I say, too. I never knew pirates could be so nice. Did you, Cinnamon Bear?
Bless my stuffings, no. And we're much obliged to you, Captain.
Don't mention it, matey.
I sure would like to know what the roly-poly policeman is doing with our silver star on his chest.
Well, we'll know pretty soon, Judy, because Captain Taffy's going to give us a boat so we can row ashore.
I'm sorry the Candy Pirates can't go ashore with you, but confidentially, we're on our way to capture a big hoard of yummy marshmallows. I can taste them now.
Sounds most enticing. But marshmallows always get stuck in me fur.
Oh, what's this island like, Captain Taffy?
Well, it's a very strange place. Most magical, in fact. Very large and inhabited by all manner of strange people and things.
Gee, I hope we get a chance to see a few things. Are you pirates coming right back?
Just as soon as we capture those yummy marshmallows. Won't take long, and you can give us a signal and we'll take you aboard again. But in case you need to leave the island in a hurry, you'll have the rowboat.
We're sure awful grateful for everything you've done for us, Captain
Not
Taffy.
at all, not at all. The pleasure's been on our side. Are you ready?
Ready and raring to go, Captain.
Very well. Bosun, pipe the boat.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, as a bug in a rug, eh? Lower away.
Goodbye, Captain Taffy.
Thanks a million.
Much obliged indeed.
Yes, go off the line. Goodbye, mateys, and good luck.
You take one oar, Cinnamon Bear, and I'll take the other.
Barnaby Bright, strike up a bit of our chanty.
All right, Cinnamon Bear, let's roll.
Weren't they lovely pirates? And Captain Taffy was just wonderful.
A gentleman, I says, a real seafaring gentleman.
Oh, Jimmy, I can see the policeman ever so close now.
Swell. I can't see because I've got my back to him. Are we heading in the right direction?
Sure we are. I can see, Jimmy, and don't worry about it. I got complete control of the boat, haven't I?
We're almost to the beach, Jimmy. Yell at him.
All right. Wait till I turn around a little. Hey, policeman!
I guess he doesn't hear you.
Let me do the yelling. It takes a big voice like mine to do the trick. Hello, officer! Officer!
And what do you want?
What are you doing with our silver star?
What?
I'll handle him. Hey, you! What are you doing with that silver star?
Sure as I'm wearing it. What do you suppose I'd be doing with it?
Yeah, but you got no right to wear it.
Oh, haven't I now? And McGorry, who has more right to wear a star than a policeman?
But it's our star.
You bet, and we're coming right in there to get it. Come on, Jimmy. Just one more pull on the oars will scoot us right up on the beach.
What's the matter here? We're stuck.
We don't move an inch, and neither does this wave that the boat is on.
Try again.
No use, folks. That's a magic wave. It'll keep anyone from landing in a boat.
What do you mean, a magic wave?
Just that, magic. That particular wave never rolls in. Just stays where it is all the time. You can jump down if you like,
Oh, but it's too far. Most 5 times as high as us.
or dive in and swim under it.
Oh, never. My precious stuffings.
And in either case, your boat will drift out into the ocean. And you lose it.
Grah. Am I mad? Just wait till I get my paws on you, Flatfoot.
That's an insult, to be sure. I'm a roly-poly policeman. And roly-polies don't have feet to be flat.
But what are you doing with our silver star?
Yours, is it? And what would it be doing dropping out of the sky?
Penelope the pelican dropped it. She stole it from us.
Sure, I didn't know that at all.
What do you do, Mr. Policeman? Just stand there all the time?
Not at all, son. I patrol.
Oh, lollipops. How can you patrol without feet?
Oh, with a roll this way and a roll that way. I can patrol about 3 feet on either side of me. Not much, maybe. But it's patrolling I am, and I am the law around here.
Fiddlesticks, you're nothing but
Stop
a
being
nose...
so mean, Cinnamon Bear. That's no way to get our star back.
I should say not. Mr. Policeman,
Yes, ma'am. What can I be doing for you?
well, you might let us have our silver star. It's been stolen or lost ever so many times, and we've just got to get it back. It belongs on the tip-top of our Christmas tree.
Sure, and it's sorry I am to hear that. Being meant for Christmas myself, I know how it is. If you'll just come ashore, I'll give it back. Sure enough.
Will you? Honest, Injun? Gee, that's swell. But gee willikers, what about this magic wave? We can't get ashore.
Well, I'd toss it up, but I'm afraid I'd miss. You'll have to row down the beach a ways. They tell me that this magic wave doesn't go more than 100 yards or so.
We'll be back right quick, Mr. Policeman, and thanks ever so much.
Glad to be of service, ma'am.
Now, see how nice he is when you're polite, Cinnamon Bear?
Soft soap. That's all, soft soap.
Shame on you.
Oh, let's not fight. Grab your oar, Cinnamon, and we'll get going.
We sure made that in a hurry, didn't we? Do you think the boat will be safe there, Cinnamon Bear?
Sure. I fixed it, didn't I?
Come on, let's hurry and get back to the policeman.
We'll hurry as fast as we can, Jimmy. The sand is awful hard to walk fast in.
Yeah, my cinnamon paws sink down in it.
You know what? I was just thinking about the crazy quilt dragon. I wonder what happened to him.
I wonder. Too bad the pirates didn't take him on board. He sure turned out to be a good guy, saving us from those bad Incapoos and everything.
Huh. Maybe you think Crazy Quilt's a better friend than I am, huh?
Oh, no, Cinnamon Bear. You're a really, truly friend.
Do you think so?
Look, we've almost reached the policeman.
He's got his back to us. Hey, Mr. Policeman!
Louder, Judy.
Just a second till I get my breath. Yoo-hoo! Mr. Policeman!
He's turning around.
Hello.
Here we are. Jimmy, look.
He hasn't got the silver star on.
Mr. Policeman, where's our star?
Well, I guess your friend didn't find you yet.
What friend?
Well, the one I gave your star to.
What do you mean? Did someone say you were to give it to him?
He did that, and very polite he was, too.
My goodness, who could that be?
He swam through the magic waves shortly after you started down the beach. First, I wasn't going to give it to him, the star to him, but he told me you were coming right back for it. But he said he knew all about it.
What?
And that you told him to pick it up.
Jiminy Crickets. Who was it?
Faith, I don't know his name, but he was a dragon and looked a lot like a crazy quilt.
Garra, am I ferocious? That Crazy Quilt dragon, up to his old tricks again.
Oh, dear, whatever will we do?
Well, first off, I'm going to push this fat-headed policeman in the tummy.
Oh, don't, Cinnamon Bear.
I got to. It's a point of honor. Watch out, Flatfoot. Here I come. I'll push you flat on your back. That's what. There. And let that be the message.
Willikers! The policeman popped right back up again and knocked Cinnamon Bear out.
That's what happens to feisty fellows who forget to remember that when you push over a roly-poly, he comes right back up. Kawowie.
Poor Cinnamon.
Call me early, Mother dear. Call me early.
Shake him, Jimmy. He's coming too.
Wake up, Cinnamon Bear.
What? Oh, my poor stuffing. Where's that policeman? I'd tear him limb from limb.
Now, just be quiet. You've had enough.
Which way did the Crazy Quill Dragon go, Mr. Policeman?
Well, I didn't watch him careful like, not being quick to turn around. But I think he headed straight up the beach, that way. Funny, too. Just happened to think, now. That'd be the wrong direction if he wanted to catch up with you. Faith, and I bet he was running away.
Huh. Why, you...
Stop it, Cinnamon Bear. We've got no time to fight.
Come on. We'll have to go like the very Dickens to catch up with Crazy Quill.
All right, but I'd sure like to take another poke at that celluloid so-and-so. I'd shock
Hurry,
him so...
Cinnamon Bear, hurry.
Gee, I can't see a thing ahead of us. Nothing but sand and sand and sand.
Well, seeing as how you wouldn't let me show you how to finish that pesky policeman, I'll show you how to catch Crazy Quilt. Come on, I'll lead the way.
Look at him go, Jimmy.
I'll say, I never saw...
Jimmy, what's happened to him?
Gee, I don't know. He was running right there ahead of us, and then all of a sudden...
He just disappeared.
Well, what's all this? Everything looks just right for a merry chase after the Crazy Quilt Dragon and the Silver Star, and then Cinnamon Bear ups and vanishes into thin air. It seems that Judy and Jimmy just jumped from one difficulty to another. I'll certainly be with you next time to see what made Cinnamon Bear disappear all of a sudden like. Judy and Jimmy are on the island of Obi, and I must say they're in a most terrible predicament. The roly-poly policeman was perfectly willing to give them their silver star, which he had pinned on his chest, but by the time they rowed down the shore to get around the magic wave which kept them from landing and walked back up the beach, what do you think had to happen? Well, that old Crazy Quilt Dragon, who you remember likes bright, shiny things, got to the policeman first, and off with the silver star. Our three adventurers were hot in pursuit when all of a sudden the Cinnamon Bear vanished into thin air, just like that.
Oh, dear. Where could the Cinnamon Bear have gone to? He was right here before us just a minute ago.
Well, come on. Let's start looking. I'll go in front of you.
This island of Obi surely is a funny place, Jimmy. Just like the pirate captain told us. That roly-poly policeman and the magic wave that wouldn't let our boat land on the shore and... Jimmy! Jimmy, where are you? to go on alone. Oh, dear. I wish I were home with Mother.
Hey,
Judy,
here we are
here
over
we
here.
are.
Judy.
Why, Jimmy! Cinnamon there.
We must have crossed some kind of a magical boundary, Judy. I could see you and hear you, but you couldn't see or hear me.
I got so scared.
Well, let's go on now.
Sure. Hey, look ahead to your right a little. There's a house. Maybe somebody could tell us if Crazy Quilt Dragon's been here.
Say, look, Judy. What's that sitting on that post in front of the house?
I don't know, Jimmy.
I do. It's an owl, and he's got his eyes open. I never heard of an owl with his eyes open in the daytime.
It must be more magic, I guess.
Look, he's got spectacles on.
And he's holding a big dictionary under his wing.
He's certainly like no owl I ever saw.
There's a sign over him. Professor Whiz, the educated owl.
Educated. That's why he has that big dictionary. How funny.
Maybe he's seen Crazy Quilt. Excuse me, please, Professor Whiz, but we've seen your name on the sign, and...
Saw my name, you mean? To whom?
Well, seen or saw, it doesn't make
It
any...
makes a great deal of difference. We seen is a very gross grammatical error. To whom?
Why do you always say to whom? I thought owls always say to who.
Uneducated owls, I regret to say, have fallen into that error. I, knowing my grammar, would not think of saying anything but to whom.
Well, I don't care if you say to whatchamacallit.
We're very anxious to get some information, Professor Whiz.
Yes, we had something awful funny happen to us. We were just going along, and then all of a sudden the cinnamon bear here disappeared. Then I went ahead, and all of a sudden I saw him again. But Judy, that's my sister here, she couldn't see or hear either of us, but we could see and hear her. Do you know what makes that magic, Professor?
Oh, indeed I do. That's a very small variety of magic brewed up by the wintergreen witch.
Does she live in that little house?
Yes, but she's not home at present. She left on her broomstick only this morning to attend the witches' convention.
Well, why do you suppose she made it so he disappeared like that?
I believe her intention was to keep her habitation invisible, while she herself might observe the action and appearance of all strangers in the vicinity to whom.
I guess she didn't like visitors then.
Such English. She doesn't, not she don't. To whom?
Do you live in the little house with her, Professor Whiz?
Oh, no, I should say not. Occasionally I give her English lessons, but our association is strictly educational, I assure you. I have never been inside her house. To whom?
It must be funny giving lessons to a witch.
Not at all, my dear little girl. The wintergreen witch used only to speak the witch language, which is a very primitive tongue, very. When she came to live on the island of Obi, she found it very awkward not speaking the same language as other people. So I came to her assistance, and while I must admit she exhibits a deplorable tendency to split infinitives, her idiom is, in the main, correct.
I don't understand what he means, Cinnamon Bear.
He means that the witch is doing all right.
Have you seen a crazy quilt dragon around here anywhere, Professor Whiz?
Oh, definitely. He went into the house just a while ago, asked me if it would be all right if he went in and looked around a bit.
Did he have a big silver star with him?
Oh, yes, I'm sure he did.
Did he come out again?
No, I would have seen him in that event. The wintergreen witch says there's only one door, and I happen to be sitting in front of it.
Well, do you suppose there's any place inside where he could hide?
My dear young fellow, I haven't the vaguest notion. I've never been in there, I told you. Besides, I'm much too busy thinking about grammar to fiddle-faddle around.
Do you suppose it'd be all right if we just went in and looked around?
Oh, quite. There can't be anything much in there, but go ahead.
Just wait till I get my paws on that dragon. If I don't make his crazy quilt colors turn black and blue...
Dear, dear, such goings-on. I could never remain in this vicinity to witness such banal vulgarities. So, if you will permit me to absent myself from your company, I shall wend my way in the direction of my humble domicile.
Goodness, whatever does he mean?
Oh, he means he's going to shove off. Well, thanks for the information, Frothy.
Not at all. Don't mention it. Well, auf Wiedersehen. Adios. De whom, de whom.
Gee, he certainly talks big words, all right, just like the principal of our school.
Say, if we're ever going to catch Crazy Quilt, we better get into that house in a hurry.
You go in first, Cinnamon Bear. I'm just a teeny bit afraid.
Oh, don't be scared, Judy. This isn't anything.
It isn't locked.
It's only one room. And I don't see the crazy quilt dragon in here anywhere.
Let's look around good. He might be hiding under something.
I don't know where he could hide. All there is a fireplace with a lot of pots.
I suppose the wintergreen witch makes her magic in them.
My, isn't that a big picture?
It surely is. Takes up the whole wall. My. Look at the trees in it. Just as real and lifelike as can be.
Jimmy, I'm sure I saw one of those trees move ever so slightly.
Let's see. Why, you're right, Judy. The leaves are moving, like there was a little wind blowing.
I'm going to look at it closer. That tree near the frame is awful close. I touched it. It's real as can be. This is some more magic, children.
That's where Crazy Quill went, I bet you, into that picture forest.
Come on, let's go. We haven't any time to lose.
Oh, boy. I'm in.
And me.
This is a really, truly, sure enough forest, all right.
Isn't it pretty, Jimmy?
You bet. Gee, these are awful big trees, aren't they?
Bless my stuffing, yes. And there's an awful lot of places where that crazy quill dragon could hide. We'll have to look very carefully.
What was that?
It sounded like something moving.
I'll bet it's Crazy Quilt.
Let's be on the safe side. It might be crazy quilt, and then again it might be something awful dangerous. Tiptoe.
All right, Patty. But let's look.
Stop now. Meow.
What was that?
It was a funny little noise.
Why, it's nothing but a kitten. Meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here, little kitty. Meow.
Gee, it's scared of something.
Oh, don't be afraid of us. We wouldn't hurt you. Come here. Poor little kitten. Who are you, and what makes you so frightened? Fraidy cat, I'm just a fraidy cat, much more afraid than a kitten should be. Fraidy cat, no man or lady cat ever got frightened as easy as me. I'm afraid of my shadow, it makes me so sad. Oh, I would be a little bolder if I was dead. I'm such a shy feline, I'd just make a beeline for the safest place to hide in when I'm scared. Fraidy cat, I'm just a fraidy cat, whining example of what not to be. Fraidy cat, just an old lady cat, sometimes I even get frightened of me.
What are you scared of now, little kitty?
I saw a great big giant a while ago.
Oh, there couldn't be any giants here. Why, you could see them a way off if there were.
But this is a magic forest, and you can't see it if you're outside of it. And this great big giant lives outside of it. And I'm so scared. Maybe she's seen the Crazy Quilt Dragon.
Did you see the Crazy Quilt Dragon in here, Fraidy cat?
No. Oh, is there a dragon in here, too? Oh, what will I do?
Oh, sure. He's a very harmless dragon. His only fault is that he's too fond of shiny things.
But it's a dragon, and I'm scared of dragons. Besides, I'm black and shiny. But he isn't a bit dangerous. Not like a giant, you know. Ooh, now I'm scared again. Meow.
You certainly are a fraidy cat, all right. Better let me get you out of that notion right now. You just got too much imagination, that's all.
Oh, don't be scared now, Fraidy cat. Let me pet you a little. I like you. You're very nice to poor little me. Most everybody else talks loud and scares me. There now. Nothing's going to hurt you, little kitten. And you won't have to be a fraidy cat anymore.
Try to be like me, fraidy cat. Now I'm just a cinnamon bear with shoe-button eyes, but I'm not afraid of anything, even if it's twice my size. Am I ferocious? Garra!
But I'm not a cinnamon bear. I'm just a little kitten.
Oh, that's all right, but you should try. Try to be like me, little Kit Kat. Courageous, undaunted, a pillar of strength, a tower of...
It's that big giant!
Whitakers, he's right. Look, Cinnamon Bear.
Oh, wow! Let me out of here! Gangway!
If it isn't one thing, it's another, and this time it's a giant. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't see how our little friends can ever hope to outdistance a giant that's bigger than a house. And I, for one, am going to be right on hand next time to find out what happens to Judy and Jimmy and the Cinnamon Bear. Judy and Jimmy and the Cinnamon Bear met Professor Whiz, the educated owl, who told them he'd seen the Crazy Quilt Dragon go into the Wintergreen Witch's house, and what's more, he had the Silver Star with him. But when they entered the house, there wasn't a sign of Crazy Quilt. At one end of the room was a huge picture of a forest. At least they thought it was a picture until they discovered it was a real forest. So in they went and met Fraidy Cat, who was frightened to death of a giant. And right now, the giant is coming closer and closer.
Gee, we're in for it all right. Come on, let's hurry.
Do you think the giant can see us?
I'm not sure. He's awful big. Maybe if we keep in the underbrush, he won't.
I'm so scared. I'm so unlucky. Everything happens to me.
We're all scared, little Fraidy Cat. But we're going to try to escape the giant just the same.
We'll never be able to go faster than he does. He's coming closer and closer.
Oh, dear, what'll we do?
Oh, don't step on us, Mr. Giant, please. Look out.
Of course I won't step on you. Where are you?
We're right here under this big tree.
You mean that little bush by my knee? Here, let me see. You're way down, aren't you?
Yes, but please be careful. Don't hurt us. We haven't done anything to you.
Why, I wouldn't think of hurting anybody. I'm Fee-Fo, the gentle giant. I am.
Whew, that's a big relief to us, I can tell you.
Just a minute till I sit down. Then I'll be closer to you. Where are you now?
Here we are. My goodness, but you're just awful big.
He sure is all right. Well, he looks as high as the city hall, doesn't he, Judy?
You don't know how glad I am to see someone who looks like me, even if you aren't the same size. I haven't seen any people but the Wintergreen Witch for ever so long. Would you be afraid if I would pick you up and look at you a little closer? My eyes are a bit weak, you know.
Well, I don't mind. Gee, it'd be lots of fun.
I think it would be, too. How about you, Cinnamon Bear?
It's all right with me. But be real careful about the way you pick me up, won't you? My extra special stuffing is awfully sensitive to high altitudes. Let me hang on to your thumb.
Meow. Oh, my goodness. I forgot about Fraidy Cat.
A cat? Well, let me see it. I'm very fond of cats.
Fraidy Cat's nothing but a little kitten.
Well, that's all right. I like 'em that way. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I'm awful scared of you. Are you sure you won't hurt me?
Not for the world. Here, look. I'll put you in my coat pocket and you can look out of the buttonhole.
All right. If you'll be very careful.
There. Fraidy Cat's up. Now, how about the rest of you? Would you like to sit up on my shoulder?
You bet. Come on, Judy. Boy, isn't this something? Hey, Cinnamon Bear.
Hello? I'm coming next.
There. We're all up.
Are you all quite comfortable?
Oh, yes, thank you, Fee-Fo.
Well, that's fine. Now, suppose you tell me who you are and what you're doing in the Wintergreen Witch's magic forest.
Well, I'm Jimmy Barton, and this is my twin sister, Judy. And he's Patty O'Cinnamon, the Cinnamon Bear. And we've come an awful long way to try to get back our silver star that was stolen by the Crazy Quilt Dragon.
Silver Star?
Yes, it belongs on top of our Christmas tree. And Christmas won't be Christmas without it.
Have you seen the Crazy Quilt Dragon by any chance, Fee-Fo?
Well, no, I haven't, but that's not strange. Lots of things go on around my feet that I can't see.
You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I see a cinnamon bun on a tree over there.
Well, that's the cinnamon bun tree in the goody-goody grove. Oh, there's all kinds of good things to eat there. Chocolate eclair bushes, cream puff vines, and ice cream cone trees. Oh, just lots of things.
Gee, I just remembered that I'm awful hungry. How about you, Judy?
Me too, Jimmy. I would just love something to eat.
Well, no sooner said than done. It's just a couple of steps over there. Here, hold tight while I get up. Here we are, and here we go. Here we are. I'd better put you on the ground again. You might fall off if I bent down to pick anything for you.
Oh, really? Boy, that's so rough.
You forgot all about me. Is there anything for me to eat?
Well, I didn't mean to overlook you, little Fraidy Cat. Here,
there's a milkweed tree that has very delicious milk. I'll pick a pot of that for you.
Oh, thank you, Fifo. You're awfully good to me. And I was so scared when I first saw you.
Well, you don't have to be scared of me anymore. In fact, if you'd keep me company, I'd be very grateful. You know, I get very lonesome sometimes.
I'd like to stay with you. You wouldn't let anything hurt me, would you?
I should say not. How's the milk?
Very nice. Just the way I like
Oh,
it.
that's fine. How about the rest of you?
Oh,
Well,
swell.
it's just wonderful.
Gee, this is the first time I ever got to eat all the cream puffs I wanted. Mother wouldn't let me have but one at home. She says they're too rich.
Well, eat just as many as you want. When nothing in the goody-goody grove will make you sick.
My goodness, Jimmy. You just ought to taste these chocolatey eclairs. They're so good.
Yeah. You can't beat these cinnamon buns and this honey. Notice how sweet it makes my voice sound.
What? That was swell. I guess I won't want any more cream puffs for a long time. Say, how'd you ever happen to be in the magic forest, Fifo?
Well, I didn't used to be here at all. I used to live out on the island of Obi like everybody else. One day I was taking a nap on the beach, and the wintergreen witch made me real small and put me through the picture frame in her house, and then made me big again before I woke up. Now I can't get out because I'm too large.
Isn't there any way for you to get out?
The only way would be for the wintergreen witch to let me out, and she won't do it.
Say, I don't want to rush you two, but remember, we're a long way from finding Crazy Quill and the Silver Star.
I guess the best thing would be to look for him ourselves, since Fifo hasn't seen him. Yeah, he couldn't help us anyway, 'cause in one step, he'd miss 1,000,000 Crazy Quill dragons.
Thank you ever so much, Fifo, for the elegant lunch and for helping us.
I should say so. Those cream puffs just fixed me up swell.
I don't know what I would have done without my cinnamon buns. I wouldn't have been able to be ferocious at all.
Now, before you go, there's something I want to give you. It's a whistle. Now, I can't use it because it's too small for me. I just wear it on my watch chain for a charm. Here, wait a minute till I wet my finger. I can't pick it off very good unless I do. There. Now, you just blow on it 3 times if you want me for anything, and I'll hear it and I'll come a-running.
Like this?
Is it magic?
Yes. I used to dabble a bit in it before the witch put me in the magic forest. Well, you blow it if you need me, and I'll come in a jiffy.
Well, thank you ever so much, Fifo.
You bet. Gee, you've been swell to us.
You've certainly changed our opinions of giants.
If I've done that, I am very happy. All right, come on, Fraidy Cat. Back in my pocket you go. And goodbye to all of you. Remember, I'm here to help you if you want me.
Goodbye, Fifo. Pretty nice of him to be so polite and helpful, wasn't it?
It surely was. But then, I really wasn't afraid of him when I first saw him.
Why, you old storyteller. You were, too.
Certainly you were. You were scared to death, and you know it.
Well, if you won't believe me, I won't talk about it anymore.
Which way shall we go?
It's awful hard to know which way. We haven't any idea where the Crazy Quill Dragon might have gone.
Well, he didn't know this forest any better than we did. So if we just follow our noses, we'll probably come as close to him as finding him as any other way we can do.
Well, that's silly. Just like some people say, follow your nose.
Well, not in Maybeland it isn't. Now, if you want to find somebody real bad, that's just what you do. Follow your nose, and eventually you find him.
Is that some more magic?
Well, I don't know if it's magic, but it generally works.
All right. I guess we'll try it. Say, which way are our noses pointed?
That's silly, too. They're pointed straight ahead of us.
Well, then, that's the way to go.
Right through this underbrush and everything?
Yes, we get through it as much as we can.
All right. But I hope we don't get all scratched up.
Want to take my hand, Judy?
No, Jimmy. It's easier for me to go by myself because... Oh! What's happened?
It's all dark.
Dark nothing. It's pitch black.
I can't see you, Jimmy. Or you, Cinnamon Bear. I can't see anything.
Grab hold of my hand, Judy. And you take this one, Cinnamon. Let's just stand right here together until it gets light again.
What do to get nighttime in a hurry.
No, Judy. I think it's magic. The wintergreen witch probably shut off the lights.
Maybe the electric light company turned them off because she didn't pay her bill.
Well, whatever it is, I don't like it one little bit. It's dark and scary and...
Oh, what's the matter, Judy? What is it?
Look, over there.
Heavenly days. 2 yellow lights like eyes, a-flashing in the dark.
As Jimmy often says, gee willikers, what's going to happen next? I'd like nothing better than to know right this very minute, but like you, I'm going to have to be patient and wait until next time. Now let's see about Judy and Jimmy and the Cinnamon Bear. We left them in the magic forest, which they got into by walking through a big picture in the Wintergreen Witch's house. Remember how frightened they were when they met Fee-Fo the Giant? And remember how nice he turned out to be, and how he took them to the Goody-Goody Grove for an elegant banquet? But they still had to overtake the Crazy Quill Dragon, who had stolen the Silver Star again. So they left Fee-Fo and plunged into the forest. And then, all of a sudden, like, it got pitch dark, and they saw 2 yellow lights like eyes flashing in the inky blackness.
Ooh, do you suppose it's the witch?
Maybe it's some terrible monster.
Oh, it's so dark. And those awful yellow eyes.
Oh, don't be scared, Judy. I'll take care of you.
What was that?
Gee, I wish I knew.
It's so creepy.
It's some awful monster. That's his breathing.
Look, it's getting light again.
Sure enough. It must have been magic.
And there's my monster.
Why, it's the Crazy Quill Dragon.
Can you beat that? And here we were scared like everything.
Looks like he's fainted or something. He's all in a heap.
Yes, but his eyes are wide open. That's what we saw in the dark.
Hey, Crazy Quill, wake up and hear the birdies.
Here, let me try. I'll tweak his nose for him.
Whoa! Oh, where am I?
Never mind where you are. Where's our silver star?
Up to your old tricks again, huh, Crazy
Is this
Quill?
a dream? Oh.
Now, don't try and pull that stuff. Come on, talk fast. Where's the star?
Star? Oh, I'm so bewildered, Oh, now it all comes back to me. Judy, Jimmy, and Paddy O'Cinnamon, at long last, an end to this nightmare. Is it really you, my friends, or am I still dreaming?
Of course it's us. Who else would it be?
I didn't know. I thought it might be more of the Wintergreen Witch's magic.
Magic?
Yes, oh, you'll never know what I've been through. Oh, the shame of it all. Oh, agony.
Why don't you stop your infernal moaning and tell us what happened?
Well, to make a short story long, after those pirates sailed away with you, I dashed hither and thither like a mad thing in search of enough corks to make me watertight so I could swim after you.
Did you find them?
Luckily, yes. I stumbled on the requisite 4 barrels of corks, swallowed them hastily, and in I plunged.
And you swam after us all the way?
All the way. A mere nothing, though. By the by, I was backstroke champion last year, you know. And I also hold medals for freestyle swimming, the root beer
Oh,
crawl.
quit bragging, Crazy Quilt, and get on with your story.
Far be it from me to enumerate my aquatic achievements to an unappreciative audience. Well, anyway, I swam like 10,000 dragons and arrived at the island of Obi in remarkably good time. But when I attempted to land, I was stopped by a wave which I couldn't get through.
Sure, that was the magic wave.
Decidedly. It occupied a great deal of my time, but finally I managed to dive under it and proceeded to the shore. There, to my delight, I saw the Silver Star reposing on the bosom of a roly-poly policeman.
And then you talked him into giving it to you.
I didn't either. I was just about to engage him in casual conversation when, wham, something indescribable overcame me.
Yeah, you just couldn't resist the star. It was so bright and shiny.
Oh, it was terrible. I wasn't myself at all. Some powerful and evil influence seemed to guide me. A voice kept repeating and repeating in my left ear. That's the blue and orange one, you know. Get the star, come this way. And so, although I wanted to wait for you, in agony I fought to wait for you. This diabolical force kept pulling me.
Sure, just itchy claws. That's all, itchy claws.
Don't interrupt him, Cinnamon Bear.
And to my utter shame, I succumbed to the voice, got the star by pretending you'd sent me after it, and was drawn like steel to a magnet, up the beach, into a house, through the picture frame, into this magic forest, right to the spot where you found me just now. And then, I shudder to think of it.
What happened?
The wintergreen witch appeared.
Applesauce. The educated owl said she went to the witches' convention.
A trick, a hoax. This ominous, weird thing stood before me, and then I realized it was she who had exercised this horrible power over me. Made me steal the star.
Oh, come now, Crazy Quill. Don't blame it on a lady.
She's no lady. And she made me hand over the precious star, and then I think she must have put me in a short trance, because that's all I remember. Oh, agony.
Jiminy crickets.
Poor old Crazy Quill.
Sounds fishy to me. That's what it does.
Well, you believe me, don't you, Judy?
Of course I do. Didn't you save us from the Inkaboos?
Sure he did. Say, what did the witch look like, Crazy Quill?
Oh, hideous, horrible, terrifying. She changed colors all the time. Ugly green, then purple, then blood red. And that nightmare of a face, great rolling eyes, 3 fangs peering through an ugly slit of a mouth, and...
Stop. I don't think I want to hear any more.
Oh, Judy, if you get scared just by hearing Crazy Quill talk about that old witch, how are you going to be when we meet her face to face?
I don't want to meet her face to face at all.
Well, that's just what we're going to have to do if we want to get our silver star back.
Sure. Gotta meet her face to face. Gotta be very brave.
That's what I say, though somewhat reluctantly.
I guess I can be as brave as the rest of you. But how are we going to find our way back to the place where we came through the picture frame?
Gee willikers, I hadn't thought about that. These woods all look the same. Do you know which way to go, Crazy Quill?
Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, or maybe dreadfully happy, that I haven't the slightest idea which way to reach the Wintergreen Witch's house. Remember, I've been in a trance or something.
Huh. I wish you'd go back into your trance and shut the door after you. Well, children, I guess there's nothing left to do but follow our noses. Hope we'll find the place where we came in. Come on, let's go.
Looky! Look what just popped up on the other side of that bush.
Why, it's a yellow rabbit, and he's grinning from ear to ear.
Very friendly looking, too. Perhaps he can direct us. I shall accost him in my best Dragonian manner. Greetings, my little woodland wayfarer, my little relative of the blessed Easter bunnikin. Won't you join us?
Oh, look at him hop right over to us.
And now, who might you be?
I'm called the Rhyming Rabbit, because rhyming is my habit.
Listen to him, Jimmy. He talks just like a poem sounds.
Intriguing no end. Tell me, Rhyming Rabbit, what makes you talk in poetry?
I ate a rhyming dictionary, which made me very literary. I rhyme from break of day till sunset because of all the rhymes I once had.
This is all very interesting, but it doesn't help us find our way out of here. If you're so good at rhyming, Mr. Rabbit, perhaps you can tell us how to get to the Wintergreen Witches?
You want to know which way is the witches? It's hard to tell just way which is.
Oh, come, my little poet laureate. You either know or you don't.
That's what I say. Can you show us how to get back to the picture frame?
I'd be most happy to oblige you. Just follow me and I will guide you.
That's grand, Mr. Rabbit. Come on, everybody.
Yeah, one moment, please. Is that a beautiful beehive over there, or am I dreaming?
It's a beehive, all right. Why?
Next to cinnamon buns, there's nothing like honey.
Oh, come on, Patio Cinnamon. I thought you were in a hurry.
Oh, it won't take a minute for a snack.